The benefits of physical activity are endless, from managing your mental health to strengthening your muscles and even avoiding some health risks. For that reason, this episode of Shaw Spotlight Features is all about physical activity in Canada. My name is Pat Quigley, and welcome to the show. Golf is not the easiest sport to play, and you can imagine how much harder it would be if you were blind. That story is coming up later in the show, but first we're going to talk about a different form of golf, played with discs instead of balls.
For Darren Duma, golf is life.
Just live and breathe golf. It's you versus nature, so to speak, and you taking on the golf course and the environment one-on-one.
These days, he's competing on an international level, an impressive accomplishment that's made even more impressive by the fact that Duma is blind. He was diagnosed in 2005 with a rare case of Stargardt disease, a form of macular degeneration which causes central vision loss, usually to the point of blindness.
I was making a living driving, and then suddenly you're no longer driving professionally, and then personally you're not driving as well, and it creates a challenge for the home and the family, and I kind of fell into a depression there for a period of time.
That's when Duma discovered blind golf and went from thinking his playing days were over to competing around the globe.
I was shocked that, yeah, there was such a thing, and others were out there participating in blind golf.
There are 3 sight categories in blind golf: B1 with little to no light perception, B2 with around 5% vision, and B3, which is where Duma fits in, with about 10% vision.
We rely on our coaches to locate our ball and describe a hole to us.
Here it's very easy because he's golfed here for so long, but when you go out of town or you go to a different course that you don't know that much about, it's basically helping him so that he's going in the right direction. Okay, there's 2 trees on the left-hand side up there.
Duma credits blind golf with pushing him forward and giving him a greater purpose.
Blind golf's opened up so many doors and opportunities, and I'm very fortunate and thankful for these opportunities I've had. And yeah, blind golf, it's a great thing.
Well done.
Coming up on Shaw Spotlight Features Activity.
Only be described as a historic matchup. The only things these two competitors have in common, how well they know each other.
Are you a content creator looking to expand your audience and make your voice heard in your community? Shaw Spotlight wants to provide you with a platform to share your hobbies, interests, and stories, and all for free. Visit us to find out more.
Oh, sorry, I was just watching some basketball highlights from last night's game. One of my favorite parts about basketball has to be the announcers. Simon Hiatt, one of our Saskatoon producers, is a play-by-play announcer for college-level basketball, and he's had to try and find a way to keep his sanity over the past couple months.
My name is Simon Hiatt, and this is one of my jobs.
With the follow-up dunk.
For the past several years, I've been paid to talk about basketball. But for the past 14 months, things have been a little, well, quiet. And having no action to call on the court has begun to affect me. This can only be described as a historic matchup. The only things these two competitors have in common, how well they know each other, and how much they dislike each other. Who comes out on top tonight? Let's find out. Is that it? You guys are just gonna kind of sit there and fine. She drives the lane. Sweet dish. From outside. Round and round this one has gone. It's all coming down to the final few seconds. And there's the buzzer.
Could you just get the laundry, please, and stop talking to it? You know your microphone's not plugged in, right?
I know. Hopefully my behavior and our lives in general will return to normal soon, and we can all be together watching live sports once again. And I'll be there to call the action.
The Huskies are Canada West champions.
Until then, stay safe, take care of each other, and do whatever it takes to find comfort where you can. Oh wow, things are really heating up on the inside. It's good! It is. It's good.
When it came to high school, so if you didn't play basketball, what were you doing? If it wasn't basketball, you were just that kid that went to school. I didn't play any rep basketball growing up, but just because I was big and tall and athletic, it was just like grab rebounds. Play defense, grab rebounds, pass the ball. Like you'd be scared to take the shot, even if you're wide open, because if you missed, coach put you on the bench. If you made it, you live to see another play. You learn after you finish high school and you start playing basketball recreationally. There's the guys who made college and they were great, and then you tried to play with those guys and you realize your limitations. Did I miss that? Yeah. Wow. It was a really an eye-opener, and if anything, kind of disturbing that like I didn't have that skill set growing up, and like me and a few friends they couldn't dribble, right? And it just made me want to learn more because I could do what they could do, but I was told that I couldn't do it. It's painful because you realize that like there's so much to know, right? But then it's also motivating because like I'm at this point, but imagine when I get to this point, and there's always these hurdles that you get to climb, and you always get to pass and go over because you can always be better.
Hey, ready?
You heard that. Don't let someone tell you that you can't do the things that you want to do, because you can do it. It's just practice, and everyone says that practice makes perfect, perfect your craft. All those little sayings and nuances, you can do it. It's just the time and the effort that you need to put in to do the things that you want to achieve. My name is Jonathan. Oh, I got that. Basketball advocate, basketball lover. Hopefully my future kids play basketball, and I just want to bring more basketball to the community.
Coming up on Shaw Spotlight features activity.
Are you a content creator looking to expand your audience and make your voice heard in your community? Shaw Spotlight wants to provide you with a platform to share your hobbies, interests, and stories, and all for free. Visit us to find out more.
Now, Canada is pretty well known for its winter sports, from hockey to curling, but there's a couple you might not know about, like surfing in Campbell River.
I've been living here for probably 5 years, kind of when I realized that you could actually surf this. We're waiting for this wind to drop and it should clean right up for us, 4 or 5 of us.
I almost got bashed into that little underground, like all those boulders going out.
Yeah.
I looked around, I got pushed down and
that's
just
right.
got out on the nick of time, man.
You can't even see the boulders.
No. Oh, I could see him crashing on it, and I looked over my shoulder thinking I'd be catching one in.
Where do you see the boulder? It's too late.
There's a boulder here, Jimmy.
There's 2 more.
Yeah,
We're looking at the rip tide versus the swell. And we're lucky we actually have a legitimate swell today where you have to use this rip to get out into that wave. Oh, wow. This is so good. Everybody stay safe. Here we go. Just a great thing to do when it's nasty out.
You look forward to the winter and the real miserable days because you know it could turn into something like this. So
Take it to the bridge.
surfing the storm in Campbell River.
What's up? Yes, sir.
You guys ready? Good girls. All right. Working with my dogs is my passion. I love working with my dogs. They're really incredible athletes, and it's like some people are involved in like hockey, and that's their passion. That's what they love to do, and dog sledding is my passion. It's what I've always loved to do, and that's always what I will love to do. This is a photo from my very first race. There were posters, and I got all the mushers and vets and volunteers that I could find to sign the poster to kind of bring some memories from the race. Every single dog has their own personality. There's no 2 dogs that are alike. Even in my yard, even with just my 4 dogs, every single dog is completely different. I have 2 siblings and they're polar opposites. And even in kennels of 50+ dogs, there's no dog that's alike the other dogs. My goal in life is to be the first Canadian to win the Iditarod. So the Iditarod's the world's longest dog sled race. There's only ever been 2 females that have ever won the race, and there's never been a Canadian. So that's my eventual goal. It's a really big goal, but it'd be pretty cool.
1, 2, 3. Ready? All right. 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 1
I can't describe the feeling what it is like to go fast. It is feeling that how cold your face gets at the end of the practice. There's just something about the speed. It's almost magic. Like you watch these guys go around this and you're sitting there like, oh my God, they make it look so effortless. It's just magic. I did not ever think a gold medal was going to be my future. So when I wanted it, I was like, oh my God, I just want a gold medal. And I just managed my personal best time to get it too. So I'm quite proud of that gold. I'm Thomasina Payne and I'm from Red Deer and I do Special Olympic speed skating. I got my start in speed skating when we were at Matt Venshill's in Grand Prairie. I met up with a nice young man named Tyler Lawson from Rocky Mountain House and his coach, who I sat down with and started talking to about speed skating. I decided to ask him, is there any local clubs nearby? He said, oh yeah, there's a club in Red Deer. If you were interested in it, here's the information. They told us the coach was at the time was Shauna Pierman. And so we contacted her and I became a speed skater. The rest was history. I won 1 gold medal and 3 silver medals at nationals. When I won the gold medal was actually a surprise because I was really nervous going into the national games. Like I thought I was the slowest member on the team. Like I felt I was going to be not winning medals. I actually didn't know my full potential till I won my first medal. I'm a really good worker. I am a strong athlete. Just because you got disability doesn't mean that you can't do other things in the community. We can be functioning community members, and we can win at really cool sports.
Coming up on Shaw Spotlight features activity.
You're finding out the limits of what humans are capable of physically. You're pushing the boundaries of what.
Welcome back to Shaw Spotlight features activity. Our next story takes us out to Kelowna to learn all about a sport you can do just about anywhere. Parkour.
The part that makes me love it so much because it's like that heart racing, like you won't do anything like that. I did parkour when I was in grade 2, even before I knew it was a sport. But when I knew what I was doing and pursuing it, it was about when I was 10 years old, when I saw my first free running videos on YouTube. It looks terrifying and impossible. You would be surprised at what kind of things that your body's capable of just even now. Parkour doesn't have to be dangerous. Jumping off buildings is never a requirement for parkour. Teaching and learning how to move and jump and climb in with proper form, proper technique, and doing those things, it's all about safety. When I teach these kids, I'm very honored to be a part of that journey for them. And to see that progression and get sustained is, one of the things that I love so much about coaching. So I don't think I'm always going to be doing flips and stuff like that when I'm old, but I don't think coaching is ever going to be something that I'm going to give up. I have a big passion for teaching it, and that's something that I see myself always doing for as long as I possibly can. Why am I passionate about parkour? I see it as you're finding out the limits of what humans are capable of physically. You're pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Things they're doing you watch on TV, it is impossible. Or it seems impossible from other people that haven't done it, right?
So far there's only 3 clubs like ours in Canada. Just 3 women-only clubs, and I want to make it more normal. My name is Amber Barakoff, and I am the owner of Cantac Firearms, and I am the president of the Castlegar Pistol Club. I was the only woman ever to show up to the range, ever. I can't even say that I saw one other lady there, And it was a little bit sad. Not that I couldn't invite any ladies out to join me, but it was very rare that I would see another woman go out on their own. So I thought if I could provide a safe place for women to learn about it and, you know, say, hey, this is fun, maybe I would see them out there more often. I just put a Facebook status on my business page, Cantac Firearms, asking other ladies to come out and shoot with me. And I got a lot of interest. 10, 20, 30, 100, 150, 200 ladies joined my club. It just grew and grew and grew. And from there, because of the interest I started a group so that we could start planning, you know, shoots together. And now my group sits at 412 or 13. So we ended up becoming a registered not-for-profit. So I have a board of directors, some lovely ladies, and our goal is to essentially educate women, get them their licensing, and let them go off on their own.
Wow, you got it!
We work with quite a few instructors. We work with quite a few clubs, and they're all very, very welcoming, and they love what we're doing. Shooting is actually one of the most inclusive sports there is. You don't have to have a type of physique. Anybody can do it. Kids, adults, elderly, disabled, literally anybody can do it.
Like I said, my goal isn't just to teach you how to shoot, it's to take care of your firearms, how to deal with them when stuff happens, because it will.
I hope it grows continuously. I mean, while we are pretty big already, I don't really have an end goal with this. I want it to just keep going and going. There's men's curling, ladies curling, right? Men's golf, ladies golf. Why can't there be ladies shooting?
I did okay, I guess.
Heck yeah.
Now, from lining up your shot to lining up your feet, our next feature is all about skateboarding in Pemberton, BC.
My favorite part about coaching kids has to be seeing their faces lighten up when they show you the trick that they just learned. The younger they are, the smaller they are, and the lower their center of gravity, so they'll most likely find it easier to learn. It's really important for the younger kids to skate with the older kids because they see them in terms of a role model and somebody that they can look up to. There's a structure towards being focused for the few hours that they're both at the skate park and can build that relationship. Up the wall and back down, okay? Little Julian just loves taking on a challenge, especially with outdoor sports at such a young age. So he did very well in terms of his first lesson, just standing on the skateboard and getting comfortable. Keeping it fun for him is most important because that's what skateboarding is all about, just having fun.
For me, mountain biking is an outlet into nature, an outlet into my ability to be physical and competitive. I like to ride as aggressively as I possibly can all of the time. It's something that's caused me some accidents and injuries and broken bike parts, but when you're going that fast, you're only thinking about one thing, and that's what's directly in front of you. So you don't have to worry about anything else in the world or anything else going on in your mind. The mountain biking culture here over the past few years has taken off, and I think this is going to be a hot spot with how cool and diverse our trail system is. We have a lot of rock, a lot of mountain. We get these very easy up tracks into these glorious downhill and enduro sections. We have 5 new trails over the past 2 years that are coming in, and more every day, and more updates and people adopting trails and going out and cleaning them up. It's a pretty cool place to be, to see the community come together to revitalize and keep these trails at such a high level. Mountain biking is the biggest joy that I have in the outdoor world, so I plan on continuing to do it as long as I possibly can. I want to continue making the trails great, riding them hard, and doing whatever I can.
Sun is shining through
Thanks so much for watching this edition of Shaw Spotlight Features. If you want to check out more amazing stories from across Canada, make sure you follow us on social media or head to our website, shawspotlight.ca. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need some more sunscreen. Here on the show, but first we're going to talk about a different sport. No, we're not. We're going to talk about the same sport, but different. Blah, 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 blah.